What's good, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? It's your boy Porter Rock 77. I'm coming back at you with another video. Check out the description box. You'll see the link to my Twitter. Hit me up with a follow. You'll also see the link to my PayPal if you choose to donate. But if you do, it's all good. What I appreciate the most is what you're doing right now. You're checking out the video, enjoying the content. Hit up the comment section. And leave your opinions and let's talk about it. All right, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos. Have some great topics and stuff that I think you'll enjoy, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications and stuff. Anyway, so talk about two things. Number one, my man NXTGEN720, Mr. Bang Bang, damn dog himself, the Botfather, paid his debt. I know so many people were asking, did Zaire pay up? Did the Zaire pay up? And it's not so much dudes out there worrying about another dude's money. It's at a certain point, you know, YouTube personalities, you know, people who follow us, they subscribe to us, you know, they enjoy our content. They want to make sure that the people they support are genuine people. All right. Of course, we have, you know, our entertainment factor, you know, fanboying out, talking crap about consoles, you know, all that stuff for the entertainment, you know, to spice up things a little bit. But the truth is, people who enjoy these channels, people who enjoy YouTube personalities, they want to support a genuine person through and through. All right. That's how it is. Okay. So a lot of people were wondering about Zaire, whether or not he would actually fall through and pay up the bet that he lost, because they want to know if he's a genuine person. And I think everyone who follows someone, I mean, take for example Logan Paul recently. He made a disgusting video, potentially showing, you know, someone that committed suicide and him capitalizing off that death. You know, you had a lot of fans that supported Logan Paul, you know, Logan Paul, whatever, for such a long time. And that one thing, they totally find him disgusting, whatever. Why? Because that just showed the type of person he is. And people didn't like that, you know. So people who, you know, who subscribe to, you know, who follow people, who subscribe to people, they want to make sure that they're backing a genuine person, you know. And I will tell you, Zaire, NXTGEN720, did pay his debt. He did pay me the $60. He sent me a code for $60 PSN. I uploaded it, I redeemed it, and boom, it's there. So yes, now Zaire Johnson, he's a thorough dude. You know, he's a real dude that do real things. You know what I'm saying? He keeps his word. He keeps his bet. That's it. Everything else, you know, we see the $14,000 PC. That's all entertainment to get people talking, haters, whatever. Because good publicity, bad publicity is still publicity, especially when you're trying to entertain. Because ultimately, that's what he does. He brings out the entertainment in everybody. You know, he's the one that helped me set up my YouTube. And he gave me pointers and stuff like that. All right, so he's a real dude that does real things. So shout out to NXTGEN. You know what I'm saying? You know, very few people, I'll be honest, that I would bet with on the internet. And you know, it's just how it is. Because a lot of people will not fulfill their obligation or whatever. You know, like very few people would do that. But NXTGEN720 is one of those dudes that, hey, if you do a bet, he's gonna follow his word and he's gonna pull through on his word, you know. So shout out to him. Check out his channel. His channel is on the link below. He has a great video on Kodi. If you have an Xbox owner, he has a video out that that shows you how to install Kodi onto your Xbox. Check that channel out and check out he has a good crew. On Mondays he does Xbox Beast Fire. It's slowly becoming one of my favorite Xbox podcast, simply because he has a crew that keeps it real. Post Up, King's Blood, The Real Masterlin. You know, of course you have some dudes that, you know, that's gonna ride that Xbox wave like Xbox Juice. They're gonna defend Xbox till they die. But it has a real good balance, and Blue Rendezvous is on there now. They have a great balance of Xbox gamers. If you're interested in Xbox, that's probably one of the best podcasts. I also have other ones, but in particular, since we're talking about Zaire, this is a good Xbox podcast to follow. Because when they need to keep it real, they're going to keep it real. You're not going to get the fluff and the circle jerking and fanboying over Xbox. They're going to bring out the dark side, and they're going to bring out what needs to happen. So check that out. Check that channel out. Shout out to Zaire. All right? The second topic I want to talk about is and I'm looking at the article right over here. It says PS4 third-party exclusive content are not a big purchasing factor. Sony will stick with PSVR. Right. So an analyst from IDC says, here goes. Let's say Lewis Ward, IDC's research director, gaming VR AR doesn't feel like this is actually a big factor that informs customer purchases. Speaking to Gaming Boy exclusively, Ward said, and this is pertaining to getting rights and marketing rights to third-party games. He said this is a way of using the word exclusive without having to actually pony up all the dough to get a full exclusive game. I think most players see through this, and I don't think it's a big factor in platform buying decisions. Right? So pretty much, he doesn't feel that exclusive content is not a big purchasing factor. I'm gonna have to disagree on that one. I'm gonna have to disagree because we have two generations where that's already been proven. Like, this is what's funny is all you got to do is look at what actually happened, and if you're going to come up with an opinion or formulate a theory, then use data and information that's out there. All right. Call of was the #1 selling game on the Xbox 360 in terms. Let me rephrase that. Between PlayStation 3 and 360, Call of Duty sold better on 360 than on PS3. A lot better. Right? And what 360 had at the time was the marketing rights to Call of Duty and the 30-day exclusive content. Right? Now, that marketing right and 30-day timed exclusive DLC content moved over to the PS4, and miraculously, Call of Duty now sells the best on PS4. I don't think that's by accident, right? You have to look at the reality. If you're into Call of Duty, right? And let's assume outside of the personal preference of Xbox and PlayStation, meaning the ecosystem controller, let's just say you're focusing on the game itself. And on one platform, it has all the DLC and you get it, on this date. While on another platform, you have to wait an extra month to play all those DLC on the game that you want to play all the time. You're going to want to play on the platform that gets the DLC first. Why would you want to wait 30 days? Now, again, there could be factors where some people do want to wait the 30 days because they want to play Halo, or they want to play Gears of War, or they prefer Xbox Live. Yeah, those factors come into play. But if it's not a big deal, whether you play on PSN or Xbox Live, you'll play on an Xbox controller, a PlayStation controller, all those things are irrelevant to you. It's more about the game itself. You're going to choose the game, right? And the more people that make that decision to play the game on that, the bigger the fan base, right? The bigger the fan base, the more people will want to play with that fan base, because that fan base is where their friends are at. Hey, I want to play Call of Duty where my friends and my boys are at. Oh, my boys on the PS4. Well, I'm going to get the PS4 version because that's where my peoples are at. That's just it. It's momentum. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Consoles benefit from momentum. The more people that buy the consoles, the more people are going to get the console, because that's the console everybody's buying. And it just keeps going, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a snowball effect, right? And that's what some gamers don't understand. It's pivotal that you have initial success in the beginning of the gen, because that fan base is going to grow. And now you have people that's saying, I'm going to buy that console because my friends have that console, I don't think he's accurate, because it's easy. You could tell. You could just walk into a Best Buy. You could walk into a GameStop. And when you see posters of Battlefront 2, what platform does it represent? When you see posters of Destiny, Call of Duty, what posters do you see? It's all PlayStation posters, So when people walk in, or when people sit down and watch TV, they instantly see PlayStation, PlayStation, PlayStation. After a while, that's all you're hearing. PlayStation, 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 Call of Duty, PlayStation, Call of Duty, PlayStation, Destiny, PlayStation, Battlefront. Soon it's going to be Red Dead, PlayStation, Red Dead, PlayStation, Red Dead. That's what marketing does. That's what advertisement do. It feeds people information and influences their purchases. Now, from his perspective, I would say he's right if you're talking about the hardcore. Us hardcore gamers, us enthusiasts, we know. We know exactly what game is on what platform, the advantages, disadvantages, which one has the better graphics. If you're looking at, if you want to play these games in 4K, the best resolutions, the best textures, well, you got to get the Xbox One X, in terms of consoles, or play on PC. All right. So we got that. Hardcore gamers, we understand that. Casual gamers, you're just gonna sit back and they're gonna see a commercial on PlayStation. PlayStation got this. PlayStation got that. PlayStation got this. PlayStation got that. They don't go on GameStop, GameSpot, and read the article. They don't go to IGN. They're not going to Digital Foundry. They're just seeing commercials after commercials after commercials. They might have some gamer friends. Hey, I see a lot of commercials about PlayStation. Oh yeah, that's what I got. It's awesome. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to the store and buy a PlayStation. And that's it. It's not a life-changing decision. A lot of gamers, a lot of us enthusiasts in hardcore, I think we're treating the console as if it's a life-changing decision. It's not. You're not choosing a college, all right? And you're not deciding if you're having a baby or not. It's not that serious for a lot of people. Some people just drop $200 and grab a box and you just walk out the store, connect it to a TV, and they're playing. And that's about as much of a decision it is for them. That's all it really is. It's a box that they plug to the TV and they play. It's not one of those, you know, long-term, you know, it's not like you're proposing to somebody. It's not that serious. You know, most of them are fine with just getting the information on what they see on TV, and then they walk out their house, they go to a store, they see posters. Hell, the box that they're looking for, they just walk into the store, and as soon as they take 20 steps, the PlayStation's already right in front of their face. Before they even get to the Xbox aisle, they already have PlayStation stacked in front of them. So they don't even have to walk deep into the store. They're like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for because I saw on TV, and they grab it, boom. So, you know, these third-party marketing deals are very important for the success of the console. That's what helped PlayStation be successful. It's one of the big keys. It also was a key that Xbox lost. You know, Microsoft had it with the 360, and you saw how successful that helped. You saw how that helped the platform. Now they lost it, you know. So I kind of disagree with the IDC analyst only because we already seen what third-party marketing deals do for a platform. We already seen it. We seen it with two different generations on two different platforms. We saw how successful it was for the 360, Xbox, and now we see how successful it is for the PS4. So why this analyst is saying that doesn't make sense, right? Now, he also mentions the PSVR. He says, Ward also said that he sees a future for the PSVR, unlike, say, the PS Move. It won't just be abandoned by Sony, but it will become a long-term platform, albeit one that is more of a slow burn. It will be a slow burn, he said. I really want to play Doom in VR just to see if it's great or has me puking in the first hour. I think it will be a few years before PSVR hits a 10% attach rate to PS4 consoles in North America, but I think this tech will get better in revision 2, and the content will get better and more varied, and so Sony will stick with it through the end of the PS4 life cycle at least. All right, I agree with this. All right, so here's the thing. Some people say PSVR is doomed or it's a flop, whatever. It's not a flop. All right. The problem is, in fact, how can I put it? How can I put it without making it look dumb? The fact that this VR is maturing is doing something no other aftermarket peripheral has done. Most aftermarket peripherals are like a big fad. They sell a lot, like the Kinect, or like, you know, they're like, boom, sells fast, but then it just fades away, you know. The PSVR is maturing, right? It already sold over 2 million, and there is a huge catalog of games, right? And now remember, at one point when this first came out, even me, all right, even myself, there was not a lot of third party supporting this platform, this peripheral, right? All right. So most people thought it's only going to get these little niche experiences which don't mean much. Now we've seen that's not the truth. Now they have Doom VR. You see Skyrim in VR. Gran Turismo Sport is in VR. You could play the full entire game of Resident Evil Biohazard in VR. There's some people that won't play it in VR because it's too, how would you say, it's too immersive, right? So they get scared. You know, it's a little bit too scary to enjoy the game. Now think about that. People won't play it in VR because it's too scary. You know, the immersion is too much and they can't enjoy the game because it's too scary. They can't focus. So they don't play the game in VR. They rather just play it on TV because it's not as scary. They could, you know, play the game. Think about that. Think about the level of immersion, all right? We weren't talking about this stuff a year ago, all right? These conversations wasn't being had a year ago. Sure, it's a slow attach rate because remember, the peripheral launched at $500 for like the deluxe set and $400. Now, that's not a cheap price. Think about it. PlayStation VR costing the same price as the Xbox One X is not going to sell a lot, right? Now that they dropped it to 200 over the holidays, you saw a nice uptick. You saw the conversations we're having. A lot of people were buying it. Believe it or not, casual gamers, right? The ones who tried it, and you've seen YouTube. I don't know if you've seen YouTube videos, but there's YouTube videos out there. I saw Twitter videos out there. You know, the hardcore gamers that put it in the hands of casuals and they try it. The casuals are freaking out. You know, it's an experience that they didn't ever have, right? I say the difference between the PSVR and things like the Move and Connect is the PSVR is not taking gaming away or changing it. It's just enhancing it. It's providing an immersion. See, that was the problem with the PS Move and the Connect. It changed the way we wanted to play, and we really didn't want to play like that way. We didn't really want to do this and waggle. We didn't want to be like, you know, usher and dance or do some weird stuff. We didn't want to do that. We just want to take the game that we love and play, you know, play the way we want, you know, and just enjoy it. Well, that's what PSVR does. PSVR just immerses that. And I'm looking forward to getting my own PSVR because everybody's saying it's just a great immersive experience. And I think that's what is going to make PSVR successful. It's taking the games we already play and just adding a deeper level of immersion to it. That's really all it's doing. It's not taking the controller out of our hands. It's not making our body into the controller. It's just putting us in the game. And it's the same game we're going to play anyway. All right? So I think PSVR is a slow burn, like he said. You know, over time, it's going to, I think the adoption rate is going to get higher and higher. But I think the key to that is price. You know, price always has a factor into it, especially if it's something you don't know or you can't see for yourself before buying it, because PSVR is very hard to advertise. You know, it's something you just have to try for yourself. And there's a lot of places that don't have kiosks with PSVR. So when you buy it, you have to buy it off of word of mouth, you know. And at the cost of $400, it's pretty hard to just have faith in a peripheral that costs that much, you know. I think PSVR is going to improve significantly in sales when it's below $200. When you see that thing for like $150, $120, maybe $100 at a certain point, which I think would be the sweet spot for the unit, $100. That's when I think it's really gonna have much more adoption, stuff like that, and I think more people will be susceptible to enjoying the platform. All right. But anyway, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments section. Let me know if you got VR, if you plan to get VR. Let me know if you hope Microsoft adopts VR onto their platform. All right. But anyway, this is your boy PorterRock77, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will check you guys out tomorrow on my 60 Frames No Lag podcast. Right. I hope you enjoy. Hey, take care. Enjoy your week. Peace.